And, of course, Winter Games weekend is here. And one of the big things that's happened the last couple of years, Steve, is this huge kite festival. And it's great for the whole family. It's something for the kids and kids young at heart, for that matter, to check out. Joining us now is Steve Boote and Blake Pelton. They are the guys that make this reality. And, Steve, I'll let you grab that mic here this morning if you want, and we'll chat. And welcome to the morning show.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate you.
Well, let's talk about the Kite Festival. What are they going to see this weekend here in Okoboji?
Well, lots of kites. Clear skies, good wind, a little cold today, a little warmer tomorrow. We're excited. We've got more fabric on the ground ready to go up than we've ever had. I think a good goal would be 100 kites in the air if everything works, but that's a goal. We hope to get close to that. And we've got kite flyers from all over. I'll let Blake touch on that. Everybody rolled in yesterday. The kite field's set up. We're just really excited to get going.
Tell us, Steve, how you got involved in this.
You know, really just saw a media, whether it was TV or whatever, on the Clear Lake Kite Festival down the road, and I was mesmerized. I had never seen anything like it. Knew nothing about show kites or inflatable kites, and started to do some research. I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and found that most of the larger kites there were made by a company called Peter Lynn in New Zealand, and started to communicate with them. And by the time I got done going back and forth with a few emails, I bought 12 of them.
Wow.
They were shipped, arrived, I unpacked one, and realized that this is not easy. And had no idea what to do, so I communicated back with them and said, hey, is there a video or something you can send me so I can learn how to do these things? And they said, you're not going to fly that yourself. And I said, well, I was planning on it. And I said, well, is there anybody stateside that can come and help me? I could fly him in. I'd be happy to. And they said, well, there's this guy in Utah, Blake Pelton. Call him. He sells for us. He works with us. He designs kites. He's an instructor. Man of all kites. And so I contacted Blake, and Blake was just very receptive to come. And 4 years ago, he and his wife rolled in. It was colder than today. And it was my wife, my son, Blake, and Olivia. And I think that was it, Blake. And no snow on the ice. So by the end of the 3 days of flying, we were bumped and bruised, and you can't even imagine. I had bruises in places I never had seen. But it was just so much fun, and I was hooked. And then Blake took the ball and started to call his kite contacts for the next year. And it just has been growing ever since. And this year, we right now on the ground have 20 flyers and more coming today. So that's how it started.
These flyers are coming in from all over the country, pretty much? Or?
Yeah, they're from all over. I'll let Blake touch on from where they're at, because
okay.
I can't roll that off of my tongue. But they're from all over the country. In our second year, Blake brought in 3 or 4 from New Zealand and Scotland, and I can't even remember from where else. But the foreign flyers have not been able to come with the COVID restrictions and what have you. But they certainly are on the radar, and they're certainly going to be watching and listening today.
Outstanding. Let's pass it over here to Blake for a minute and tell us where are these folks all coming from, because this is quite the list.
Yeah, coast to coast. We have people from Oregon that brought a big pile of kites, and then all the way down to New Jersey and Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida. I myself live in Utah, and we got a couple others from Utah, but all over the country, and then several from Minneapolis and this sort of state area here too. So,
how did you get involved with kites?
It's just kind of been my entire life since I was 3 years old. I started sewing when I was 5, and I couldn't reach the pedal, so I sat on my grandpa's lap and started sewing and designing kites then, and sold my first kite at 8 years old, and it wasn't a phase. Let's just put it that way.
Well, boy, I tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better spot to fly these kites, and out here in the middle of the lake in the wintertime to have all that wide open area out there.
Yeah, frozen lakes are really just the perfect venue for kite flying, because we can make the field as big as we want, and It reduces mechanical turbulence as the wind comes across the lakes, not coming across buildings and hills and stuff. So frozen lakes are just ideal, and it's easy to put in anchors too, because these kites do pull hard, so we anchor to the ice.
Okay, that's really cool. And you're going to be able to see these kites from all over the lakes area. I mean, they go way high in the air.
Yeah, I mean, we don't go super duper high. We notice they kind of tend to lose their size and effect if we go really, really high with them, but certainly they're 100, 200 feet off the ice, so you'll be able to see them from a long ways away. Yeah.
And let's talk about like the hours and when folks can see you guys flying this weekend, because I know it starts today, right?
It starts today. We've had a lot of questions about, well, what if there isn't wind, or what if there's too much wind? Come on out. There's going to be something to see. Rain, shine, wind, no wind, it doesn't matter. We will inflate kites on the ground if there's no wind. Kids can come get pictures with them, touch them, feel them, climb inside of them. Yeah. So I love this event because it's very interactive with the public. It's not like they're roped off and can't come hang out with us.
Right.
So.
Cool. Really, really fun. Anything else either you would like to add to this here today before we let you go?
I would just add in the summertime on 4th of July, we're also here, and Steve has really pushed developing or helping us to develop pulling kites behind boats. So there really isn't a great field here to fly kites like we have in the winter when the lake's frozen.
Right.
So Steve said a few years ago, let's pull them behind boats. And I said, well, we'll figure it out. So we brought the best in the world out, and every 4th of July you can see them out, the big kites behind boats, and it's really cool to see.
Outstanding. So Kite Festival happening this weekend. You can see them today or tomorrow or Sunday too?
Yep, we're flying today, tomorrow, Sunday. And like 10 a.m. to sunset is pretty much the when we'll be out there working on it. So
outstanding. Well, thanks so much for making this a reality, Steve, and thanks to your help as well, Blake. And this is an outstanding event for the whole family. Thanks for joining us, too.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Steve Boote and Blake Pelton with the Okoboji Winter Games Kite Festival, and that's a lot of fun happening here this weekend.